Greetings, my friends. I am called to return and to continue to speak, to comment on those times. I hope you're doing well. Thank you to let me know where you are watching this video from in the comment section. I thank you also for liking and sharing, for your donations if you can. And I really appreciate that's really to support the channel. Very soon there's going to be a new level of expression. I'm going to stop doing these kind of videos. I'll make new forms of communications. But right now we're very in a very important time. This ending of this year is very, very capital. We will accumulate on the 21st of December by a great deal of empowerment. But right now we're being tested. We're being prepared to be given before we can be given the fullness of the power of the earth, heaven and earth. We have to be tested, we have to be prepared, and so that's why it's taking time. There was this mythological story about it's also a planet named Saturn, which is also connected to the biblical Satan, which in Greek mythology he was the son of the son of Helios, I think, the son, and but he stole the chariot of fire of his father, and he would go everywhere, but he would burn and destroy everything he went. So before we are given this power of the fire of light and the empowerment, we have to integrate certain values and to know that we're going to be able to respect and move with integrity with the new energies. Most people need to achieve 51% of presence, 51% of positive source, positive intention, positive energies to begin the ascension. It was a decree that was made by Lord Saint Germain, who went to the karmic board, because before it was like you have to complete 100% of your karma to begin the ascension. But he saw that humanity would not be capable, so he negotiated that with the karmic board. So now, as soon as we have 51% of our energy that goes in the flow direction of the whole, of the highest good, then we're starting the ascension. Spirit is expecting 80%. On my case, maybe I'll achieve a little bit more. And I'm pretty much there, or at least maybe more. But So it's important to understand that when we get the resources, for this whole passage of time, we were controlled by the dark forces through lack, through fear, through restrictions, through limitations, all kinds of pressure that was applied. But very soon the resources will come, and then they won't have this kind of power pressure, so we'll be free to exercise this. To exercise our creativity, but the new powers will be through interference and distractions. So there'll be we'll have to be responsible for our integrity in the administration of those new resources. And there is Saturn that is retrograde in Pisces, so it's very heavy karmic. Saturn is bringing everything back to the surface, to the forefront of the surface, and but it's going to move forward on the 28th. So it's like we're gonna finalize this. We do have to make certain sacrifice from the ego for the benefits of our soul. And for it's all about personal development, the building of character. That's all that God is really interested in, is that to make evolve, to grow our personal reality from ignorance into lucidity. And the Creator knows how to guide us. We're not on. There is so many cycles, so many levels, so many. It's amazing how the Creator is able to deal with the whole as well as with each individual individualized. So what I'm doing here is talk about personal development in relationship to our spiritual nature, and we have to understand that our own personal story, the story that is revealed through our inner self, our higher self, is far more important than what we can see on the social media influencers and the political scene and all that, because that's the inner power, the inner light, the inner stories has to take precedence over the outer matrix. Eventually, more and more, we're paying attention and we're following that, we're believing in that. And we have to trust the process even when we don't have visibility. It's like our heart is the GPS. It's like we're in the fog. We have to navigate with our GPS, our heart, the call of the guidance. I'm very grateful for my guidance. It will increase as time goes on, and And there is a rule that when we don't have visibility, it's better to stay general than to be very specific. Because the more specific we get into a thought, the faster things, it accelerates things. So when we're in a fog, if we're driving a car, it was a spirit that was talking about that a while ago. It's better to go general, because if there is a tree and we're gonna bump into a tree, it's better to bump into a tree at 5 miles an hour than 50 miles an hour. But when we see clearly, it's good to be very specific. When we're very positive, we can be very specific. It accelerates things. But when we're not so positive, it's better to go into the general, to let go of too specific of things, so we can control the flow of our energy. We don't have so much control over all that comes up in our mind. It just there's all kind of subconscious thoughts and collective thoughts that go through our head, but we have the choice on how we react to them. And there is so much that is still hidden in relationship to what is going on within. We have our guides to that sometimes tell us, point the direction, give us information about going on within in the depths of ourselves. And so we do have to continue to trust the process, regardless of, even if we don't have visibility in relationship to outcome, when we're traversing this foggy zone. And there is a lot of personal healing that is going on with this time and when we get to heal personal wounds, we are assisting. A lot of people are healing their own wounds, and so it's very important to realize that, and to continue to practice forgiveness for yourself and others right now. Don't wait to forgive something or someone. Do it now, because there will be more to be forgiven. As humanity, we're not perfect, and so there is so much to always be. For me, I have in relationship to my soul connection. I keep losing the connection, then this connection comes back, and I'm asked to forgive, and so I forgive, even if I don't feel the connection. Sometimes it weakens. The more that happens, the more it weakens, but still it's okay. I'm learn to be detached in relationship to that. So the resources that will be coming will give us a lot of new responsibility. So it's important to be complete, so that we can share and not to be distracted, not to be too distracted, because we'll be free to make a lot of new choices, to do a lot of things that will have a lot of impact on the world, but it has to be in the service of life rather than the ego. Even if it's just service to ourselves, we can serve our well-being without having to serve anybody else, but that is a service. So because I see there is a lot of people that have a lot of resources, a lot of money, and they use this money to hurt other people, to reinforce their own power, or they have no integrity in relationship to that. They're younger souls that have been given this experience to experience that, but after that they're gonna have to balance all those energies. So always have integrity and try not to hurt people in the process. I see a lot of channel messages. There's a lot of very, very clear messages, but sometimes it's like you still have to filter all that, and it's like sometimes people will tell you, I am Ashtar, I am the Christ, I am Archangel Michael, but it's not the energy of the person does not vibrate on the frequency of that. So still have discernment, but there's a lot of clarity and wonderful messages coming from all languages now, and so it's like so it's always filter things through your heart right now, and know that you are ready. You passed the test, even if you feel like you missed a test, you failed a test. Just to be aware that it was a test and you failed it. That means you passed it. It means you're not going to repeat the mistake. So just never judge. You're not a qualified judge upon yourself. You just got to correct your mistakes when it comes. And so I'm just going to pull a few more cards. I thank you for your presence, for your support, for continuing to tune in to the frequency of your heart and to follow your inner guidance. That's very essential, very important. The card of the day is the Treasure Island. There is this amazing treasure that is emerging. Always know that no matter how much wealth, so much abundance, so much opportunity, how much freedom, how much connection we can get on the outside world, your connection to God and the source and your own your own soul, is your most precious treasure. There is nothing more precious than this connection to as our conscious or unconscious connection, our desire to return to the source, to connect to that which is the source. So the higher wisdom is imagination. Continue to cultivate your imagination. Take notes, write down everything, even if it's not to be published, but allow yourself to imagine, to go into imagination, and then see how the universe react in relation to those thoughts that come out of the box, because we have to stay within the frame, but we cannot stay within the box of our limitation in terms of consciousness. What we need to understand is a step ahead. It's about understanding that we need to be there for one another, and also to have a vision of what is to come. What we need to do is reparation. There's going to be a lot to, as soon as the resources come in, personally, I'm going to a lot to repair, but we can always, because we all made mistakes in the when we are unconscious. When we become conscious, we become aware of all kinds of mistakes that we made, and so we do not want to blame ourselves and go fell into this self-judgment and loathing of ourselves or whatever, but for the mistakes we might have made in the past, we have to forgive ourselves and find a way to balance out the energies, to repair, because we're going to eventually get to a state of homeostasis where we're going to feel that the perfection of our life, we're going to get to a point. It's only a point that we're going to see that everything is perfect. It cannot be more perfect than what it is. But then afterwards, there is a new unfoldment after that. But we want to reach this point of freedom. I do see it coming. And the outcome will be a regeneration. There is a regeneration of energy. We are being restructured on the cellular level. It may not have affected the physical body just yet, but it will. It's right now it's very deep, this regeneration process. Our cells are being crystallized and enlightened. All kinds of things are opening within our DNA, all kinds of energy from the Akash, the memory. We have a cellular memory. You might have noted that sometimes there is things that pop up from your past in your consciousness. Those are cellular memory. Within our cell, we hold the memories of all our past. And so, but also our past life may come up in some way, one form or another. So we do have this force of the Akash. Then the second force that we have is the blood that goes up and down. And then there is the electromagnetic force that takes this, that carries through the blood, that takes this cellular memory, all those energy information from our physical body, cellular memory, that brings it into our consciousness to be in a rational way that has a coherence within the reality of our experience. So we do need to integrate all our memories and heal the wounds as much as possible to find this point of freedom. And Saturn will go direct on the 28th. So we're going to feel a relief. When a planet is retrograde, it is stronger. Right now, also there's Mercury retrograde, I think. So it's so Mercury was now the moon's moved into Sagittarius. So there is a lot of understanding in terms of philosophy and aiming for what we seek with this Sagittarius energy. So the card of the day from the cellular memory is the angels. So call on your angels. The angels are divine beings of light. They are the hands of God in the universe. They are wise. They are funny. They are intelligent. They are amazing beings. They are ascending beings just like us. They also polarize, masculine or feminine, but they always work in group, in pair. The angels are far greater. They're a lot better to work among each other than human beings. But call on your angels. Do know that your angels are there. They're very subtle. They're not easy. It's not as easy to have a psychic conversation with an angel as it is with an archangel or an ascended master. Their presence is more subtle, more discreet, say, but they're there, and whenever they are called by the higher self to make things happen, they will make things happen, and there are countless angels. There's more angels than mortal souls at play right now, so you can really depend on them to learn to work with them. Continue to know that you have a main guardian angels, but you have groups of angels that are working exclusively with you, and they're working with, and everybody has that. So sometimes it is, you can just like ask your angels to ask the angel of someone else to solve the situation, but always you can always rely on and trust that that your angelic team will always support you, and will, as you ask them for you. Sometimes, very often, we have to ask in order to receive. Ask them for whatever you need. All your guys are there for that. We're learning to operate and cooperate with our higher self more and more. Well, I hope this message resonated with you. I hope you're having a good day. It's very cold here, so looking forward to a warm vacation very soon. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later. Namaste.